A great tabletop campaign requires a special understanding between a dungeon master and their players. Pathfinder Kingmaker tries hard to capture that pen and paper experience, recreating its source materials mechanics well and giving you the tools to play your way. But without a DM to keep things balanced, it falls frustratingly short. The authentic Pathfinder experience suffers tremendously without the guiding hand of a dungeon master. Kingmaker's dungeons are mostly poorly designed trap fests stuffed with monsters to kill and little else of interest to do, and several of its core systems conspire less to keep things interesting and more to keep progress slow. You fight too many battles on repeat. Even if your characters aren't poorly designed or built, overly long dungeons and hordes of enemies that apply semi-permanent debuffs will inevitably grind them down. Watching your very limited supply of rations dwindle became a doomsday clock. Some dungeons can take hours of slogging through the same encounters and situations, dying again and again, only to conclude you didn't bring the right supplies. The only option then is to load an even earlier save to fix the mistake. Those balance issues are a shame, because Kingmaker does a great job of portraying the pen and paper abilities of a Pathfinder character. Having a powerful wizard let off a salvo of mighty arcane artillery blasts fills the screen with a well-animated fireworks display, and figuring out how to use melee fighters and other support classes together effectively can create exciting moments. Combat in Kingmaker is good-looking and expansive, and when the encounter is worthy and the party is fresh enough to fight to something approaching its peak strength, quite fun. If you can push through those dungeons, Kingmaker's story is very good. It leans into its high fantasy setting with plenty of magic and monsters, while also bringing a healthy political dynamic to the proceedings. The story of a lowly adventurer ascending to nobility and dragging a backwater barony to glory could easily become stale on its own, but Kingmaker throws quite a few unique and interesting adventures at you over the course of its roughly 75-hour campaign. Diving into the main quests as they arrive and the many side quests and errands available rapidly presents an avalanche of content. You have complete control over building your barony, from choosing which buildings to put in its cities to appointing advisors. It can be fun being the lord of the manor, receiving visitors in the throne room and deciding how things should be run, but having to tend to your holdings lest they literally burn down while you're away becomes a drag on the story. You solve one problem only to see two more take its place. An ever-ticking clock pushes the story forward as you run your kingdom, which can be an oppressive source of stress. Letting nearly a year tick by before diving into a new chapter of the main storyline could make the amount of random events slamming into your fledgling state feel overwhelming. You are forced to stop and put out fires before your kingdom crumbles around you, which can lead to certain side quests expiring because they weren't addressed in time. Outside of the kingdom, character creation is delightfully deep and complex, a faithful recreation of the tabletop process. The sheer amount of information might overwhelm the inexperienced, but tinkering with the player characters and their abilities can be a treat. While there is no perfect template for a build, there are some wrong ones, which can make an already difficult game nigh impenetrable. Kingmaker doesn't hold hands here, but the reward for building intelligently can be some delightfully powerful late-game characters. Pathfinder Kingmaker delivers a fantastic story and a deep character system to dive into. Without a dungeon master on the player's side to smooth out the rough edges, however, its balance is wildly inconsistent and its event design flawed. So many promising ideas fall well short in execution. Thanks for watching. For more RPGs, check out our review of Divinity Original Sin 2 or 37 minutes of Thronebreaker The Witcher Tales gameplay. And for everything else, stick with us right here at IGN.